You I beat with my saber. So, it seems that we have explored pretty much what we need to explore. We've picked up the collectibles on the other wing, and I think it's now time to meet Darth Treachery. She's probably tapping her feet, waiting impatiently. What the hell is she doing? She should have been here by now. Righty-ho. Whew. Just like when I fought Darth Nihilus, as we get closer to the showdown. A little bit of anticipation, nervous anticipation creeping in. What the hell's gonna happen? What decisions are we gonna have to make? How's it gonna affect our future? The ending of the game? I'm sure all will become apparent very soon. Here it is. Whew. Take a deep breath. Shall we go? I think so. Is that her? Again, this is another opportunity that I would like to just be able to walk, toggle a walk. I mean, there might be actually a walk function in here, I don't know. Just sort of meander up nice and steadily, nice and calmly, looking confident. Maybe though inside our stomach is doing backflips. We won't portray that. Portray serenity.
At last you have arrived. Is Malachor as you remember?
No, it's far worse. Yeah. Malachor's not changed. Only you have.
Indeed. Perhaps it is merely your perceptions of me that have changed. It is strange that you believe Malachor has not. But it has always been timeless to you, this place, and words have always been inadequate for the horrors that took place here.
Yeah, this is the first thing that springs to her mind. You were manipulating me all along, making me dance to your tune.
Yes, always. From the moment you awoke, I have used you. I have used you so that you might become strong, stronger than I, and I used you to make those who wounded me reveal themselves, so they could be killed by the Republic.
As I thought. Yes, I thought it very late on, of course, but yes, I got there in the end. So you used me to get revenge on Sion and the others?
I used you to keep the Lords of the Sith from condemning the galaxy to death with their power unchecked. I used you to lure them to Telos, where they could be at last fought and killed. I used you to reveal Atris's corruption, so that her teaching could be ended before it began. I used you to gather the Jedi so they could be destroyed, and I used you to make those who wounded me reveal themselves, so they could be killed by the Republic.
Damn it, I hate being used. Why? Why have you done this?
It is said that the Force has a will. It has a destiny for us all. I wield it, but it uses us all, and that is abhorrent to me, because I hate the Force. I hate that it seems to have a will, that it would control us to achieve some measure of balance when countless lives are lost. But in you, I see the potential to see the Force die, to turn away from its will, and that is what pleases me. You are beautiful to me, exile. A dead spot in the Force, an emptiness in which its will might be denied.
Well, if you hate the Force, so why do you use it?
I use it as I would use a poison, and in the hopes of understanding it, I will learn the way to kill it. But perhaps these are the excuses of an old woman who has grown to rely on the things she despises.
Well, we know why me. I'm not going to start asking all these silly questions. I'm not going to talk about activating mass shadow generators, just in case. We don't want to give away our game plan now. So I suppose the question is... And we're not interested in saving her either. I mean, come on. Shala and Kreia have never really seen eye to eye. You know, she's always abhorred her constant know-it-all attitude, and although she respected her as a mentor, they were never going to be bosom buddies. So what happens now?
The apprentice must kill the master. If you do not, I will kill you. If I do not, then all you have achieved will be as nothing, as empty and as violent as Malachor itself.
Fight to the death then. And let us end this. There is nothing more to say. Wow, just like that, literally. Let's end this. Okay. I'm gonna save it. Can we save it now? Alright. Has she got a lightsaber? Shall we engage in lightsaber combat to start with? Or is that asking a bit too much? I think we should engage in force immunity to start with, in fact. Ah, she's weak. Is that all you got, Treia, honey? Oh my god. Okay, she can dodge. Fine. Oh my god! Please, I didn't mean to mock you, I was only joking. She got a lucky blow. I need some healing. And some force mass. Oh, I didn't use my bloody buffs, did I? Run! Run, 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 run. Right, okay. So we have force immunity, we've got some life support. Better use some force healing. Hide behind a pillar. Heal up. And then dance. Kreia, do not do this to yourself, honey. You can't beat me. See, unlike you, I have a tactic. I have a brain. I have the ability to know when to run and when to fight, whereas you just charge headlong into the fight like an imbecile. Look at her. Pathetic. Pathetic indeed. Right. Let's try again a couple of blows of the old lightsaber. Yes! No joy, love. I'm immune! No! Ugh. Come on, Shala! We're almost got her! I want to finish it hand to hand. Come on! Yes! Yeah. No fancy words, no mind games, just pure and simple. Are you ready to die, old woman?
I died long ago. Now the circle is complete. Strike me down, and at last end this.
That's what she wants. Should we? Or shall I let her live? She'll probably kill herself anyway. No. I haven't come this far just to turn my back on her. I've been used. Used! Like a damn napkin. shall be my pleasure to strike you down, Kreia. My pleasure.
Good. You have strength, but you have yet to learn the full extent of power.
What? What the hell is she doing here? She's healed up, but she's now got flying flaming sabers? Well, 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 just when you thought things were dead and buried, they resurrect up again. How stupid of me to believe that that was going to be the end of it all. Right, another save is required. And it's round 2. Okay. Can we just use these hyper battle stimulants quickly before we get to the... Oh, damn, too slow. Man. Am I going to be hounded by these bloody things the entire time? And energy resistance as well. Right, so we're buffed up. Chased by bloody lightsaber floating. I don't know why I'm trying to do that. That's the wrong move. I'm fighting floating lightsabers. I mean, for goodness sake. This is ridiculous. Just kill her. Forget the bloody floating lightsabers. Kill her! Oh, shoot. Shooty, shooty, shooty! Come on, Treachery! Your floating lightsabers won't save you now, dear. Look, they're stuck over there. Oh no, no, they're coming, they're coming. Come catch me if you can, lightsabers! Whee! Oh, there you are. Oh, too slow again. Come on, let's grab her. Let's crush her. Move away! La 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 la. Daffy, where are you? Where's she hiding? Treachery! She's there. You silly one. Oh, I'm stuck. What are you doing? Just stood there, gawping. Uh-oh. Don't get stuck. What is she doing? Shala, do not disobey my orders, otherwise you'll die. Stick to the game plan, please. Oh, these lightsabers, they're pretty tough. I don't think I need to kill them all, just to beat her. What are you doing? Stop doing that! Right. One more, come on!
It is done. At last, it is done. You are greater than any I have ever trained. By killing me here, you have rewarded me more than you can possibly know.
Yes. I have defeated you. You are no longer my master. As if you ever were. You were just merely a mentor. And my path is my own.
It is your choice. I had hoped you would follow Revan's path, but you and Revan are different, and your path is your own. You may take one of the ships that orbit Malachor and depart this place, or you may remain here on Malachor and wait for the others, those touched by the Force, who will come in time. Or you may return to your exile, where your presence will no longer affect the actions of others. There is no dishonor in any of these choices. I only ask that you make the choice without regret.
Ooh, the choices! Woohoo! Yeah. What of my friends?
Many things do I see as I gaze here from the heart of Malachor. This place channels such energies. If it matters to you at this last moment, shall look into the future and tell you of what I see. It is my last gift to you, from one exile to another.
Yes. What will happen to my friends?
You travel with them for so long, yet you do not know them still. Feel them through the Force, feel what they feel, hear their thoughts and know them, as I fought to know you. They were the lost Jedi, you know, the true Jedi, upon which the future will be built. They simply needed a leader and a teacher.
A Mandalore?
Many battles does that one have left in him, as Revan intended. A general needs an army as he needs those he trusts. And Canderous is a loyal beast, no matter how much he is broken upon Revan's will. But you know this.
And the Mandalorians?
They will die a death that will last millennia, until all that remains is their code, their history, and in the end, the shell of their armor upon the shell of a man too easily slain by Jedi.
And Visas?
The blinded one's heart has now been put to rest. Now that vengeance no longer clouds her sight, she shall be stronger for it. She will leave her memories of KOTOR in the wreckage of the past, and instead turn her eyes to the future that you have put before her.
And Disciple?
He cannot help but love you in his way. It is a pure, ideal love he holds, yet somehow it never dulls in your presence or through your actions. If he leaves this place, he will leave the galaxy behind him. He will sit upon the new council, reluctantly as all good men do, and he will not forget the Jedi who had lost the Force, yet showed him the way to reclaim it. After that I do not know. I do know that you must leave him behind, the same choice that Revan made. Where you are destined, you must not take anyone you love, and of the ones who traveled with ye, that is all I see.
That wasn't all of them, but never mind. And you?
I would have killed the galaxy to preserve you. I would have let the galaxy die. You are more rare than you know, and what you have taught yourself must not be allowed to die. You are not Sith, not truly, and it is for that that I love you.
And Bowder? And the droids?
Their paths are unknown to me, even the small one who waits for you outside this place. I sense it has one last journey for you. You must go where Revan did, into the unknown regions, where the Sith, the true Sith, wait in the dark for the great war that comes.
And Revan? He came here, was here. What happened to him?
It is because he remembered what lay buried here, this place, its teachings. It paved the way to Korriban, you know, the remnants here. And because Malachor, like Korriban, is on the fringes of the ancient Sith Empire, where the Sith wait for us in the dark.
The Sith have already struck against the Republic.
Have we? You thought that the corrupted remnants of the Republic, the machines spawned by technology that Revan led into battle, were the Sith? You are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and its empire, the true Sith Empire, rules elsewhere. And Revan knew that the true war is not against the Republic. It waits for us beyond the Outer Rim, and he has gone to fight it in his own way. And he left the Ebon Hawk and all its machines behind, for he knew he would not need them. And like you, he knew he must leave all loves behind as well, no matter how deeply one cares for them.
Why?
Because such attachments are not the way of the Jedi, and they would only bring doom to them both in the dark places where he now walks. It would have helped had he made her understand, but she was always strong-willed, that one, and did not understand war as Revan did.
Why did you not follow him?
Because I did not know where he had gone. If he had asked, would I have gone? I do not know. But he will need warriors, Sith and Jedi, any who can be sent after him into the depths of space, for any who know the way. Perhaps you shall go there with him and do battle at the end of all things. Instead, I remained here, and now show others the way.
And finally, what of the Republic?
The Republic will fall, as it always has. A fall that will take millennia. Telos shall recover, and Zerka shall make it a place for machines and sciences. It will run smooth and cold, like a machine. But it shall not forget the time that Saul Karath orbited it and brought fire to it. It shall learn to defend itself against war, and it shall never again be caught defenseless.
Tell me of Dantooine.
Dantooine shall lie in ruins as was intended when Malak's fleet brought death to the planet. Its surface will become home to nomads and primitives, who will walk upon the ruins of the Jedi Enclave and not know upon the histories they tread.
And Nar Shaddaa?
Nar Shaddaa shall persist as it always has, but there will be a heart to the world where there was nothing before. Where once the lost and disposed were trapped there, now they will struggle and grow. From despair shall come hope.
Onderon?
Vaklu shall have a short reign, but Onderon's independence shall persist. As he fought the Mandalorians, his triumph over the Republic shall serve to preserve Onderon against the rest of the galaxy, and Onderon shall maintain its customs, its law, its history, its identity. And most of all, its victory shall give Onderon strength, so that the horrors of the Sith War and the Mandalorian Wars will not soon come to its surface again.
And Korriban?
Korriban shall be as it always was, a graveyard for the darkest of the Sith Lords, still whispering within their tombs. It shall always be a source of evil, spawning threats throughout the millennia. It, like Malachor, brushes the edges of the Empire that waits in the dark. And like Malachor, the Sith have forgotten it. For a time, they will remember. Revan knew this.
Well, there we go. Kreia's know-it-all attitude continues. She, even in death, bestows us with knowledge. Gotta love her, eh? Right, enough talk, Kreia. Your time in this place is over. The core of this planet shall be your grave.
You're leaving. I would come with you, if you allow it.
Yes. You cannot come with me. I need someone to stay here at the edge of known space and show others the way.
Others?
Yes. Others will come. And you must train them until they are ready to pass on to the next war.
I will do as you ask. If it is important to you, I shall see it through. Your journey. Will you return?
Good question, dear. And one that I cannot answer. Oh, I thought you were just going to walk past.
Alive. Did I save you yet?
Soothing words, eh? Shh. You've lost a lot of blood.
Your eyes. That bad, huh? Always was ugly. Now the outside matches. Was waiting for this, but it's not fair. Let you down. Was supposed to save you.
You fought bravely. You fought bravely, Atten. And I couldn't have asked for a greater sacrifice.
Was tired of living anyway. Too many deaths. Never told you. Lied to you.
Don't worry, Aten. I always knew.
I don't want you to see me like this. I don't want to die in front of you. Can't bear it.
Oh, don't worry. I shall stay by your side until the end comes.
Loved you from the moment I first saw you. Thought you were a dream. Meant every word. Tried to play it off as a joke. Wasn't funny. Hurts when I laugh. Hurts.
Oh dear. Well, there you go. The end of the game, the end of the LP has finally arrived. Well, it seems like quite an abrupt ending that leaves us with more questions than answers. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So Shallar has finally beaten all three of the Darth Triumvirate: Scion, Nihilus, and last but no means least, Treachery. And then she walks off to pastures new. Where's she going next? Whew. I don't know. To be perfectly frank with you, what happens to her companions, I still don't know as well. But yeah, in terms of the game itself, well, the LP started on the 1st of January, it's now the 17th of June, so just over 6 months, 48 hours of gameplay. Wow, that is far longer than I anticipated. The game has taken longer than I ever thought it would, and maybe that's down to the restored content mod. I don't know exactly how many extra parts it put into the game, but I'm sure it's added a few extra hours and answered a few of the questions that might have been left when by the game's original release, when it wasn't, people saying it wasn't completed, things were missed out. I imagine that this restored content mod sort of fills some gaps. In terms of the game itself, I enjoyed it. You know, quite a lot. The story was a lot more. It was a lot darker. It seemed to be a lot more complex and involved than the first game. I still think the first game I probably enjoyed the characters a little bit more. I think some of the characters in the first game were probably, in terms of character interaction, I enjoyed the interaction between the various characters in the first game. You know, taking the mick of Karth, you know, Jolie coming along, and you know, the interactions with Bastila. You know, I think I preferred the character interaction in the first game than this one. I think there was less characters that I liked in this one. But in terms of gameplay, the gameplay obviously built on the first game and made things better, slicker, I think, as well. So yeah, overall, you know, a fun, enjoyable experience, and I definitely recommend the game to any RPG fan, considering that this time last year, or just maybe a little bit before then, I hadn't watched any Star Wars movies or played any Star Wars games, and now 18 months later I have watched all the movies and played now 2 of the games. I think it's, you know, it's a good turnaround, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the Star Wars series as a whole. So where to go from here? Well, in terms of other LPs, obviously Sims 3 is now coming very shortly. The Witcher 2 is now going to start up again, and I'm going to continue Skyrim. I do apologise to those of you that were a little bit frustrated by the lack of those updates to other games and were getting a bit tired of Star Wars, especially if you didn't like the game. But I just wanted to get it finished, and so I can install my new computer without having to mess about with save games and stuff like that, and you know, install needless games on the new computer when I could finish this first. So that's the reason why I did that. And in terms of Star Wars itself, apparently I've been told that the story continues on Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. We get to see just what this war that Revan is going to fight is all about. Now, I'm not going to promise you 100% that I'm going to get around to playing the game, but I would be kind of intrigued to see what does happen next. You know, if there is an answer to this story, then it would be a shame to leave it hanging in the air. Now, I believe it is free to play, so there's no reason for me not to play it. So it's going to be added to my list of things that I'm going to hope to get round to in the future. As I say, it's not a 100% promise, but at some point in the future, if I do get a spare block to LP a game and I can't think of anything that I want to LP, then I would actually consider LPing in bit. You know, I'd have to edit it out certain bits and, you know, the grinding quests and things like that, but I would try and get round to LPing in some form or another Star Wars, the Old Republic, the MMO, to try and find out what happened next in the story of Revan. So we'll see what happens with that. So I hope you enjoyed the LP. As I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's one of my longer ones, but it was fun. And now it's time to move on to pastures new, so join me next time. See you soon.